everyone, let us get started. Today I'm going to walk you through this Notion template which I've created because I have gone through this journey myself and still going, and I have found the amount of information out there to be very overwhelming because there is just so much advice, and all of it need to be brought together to create a step-by-step process for people to follow, especially when you don't have all that experience. You're trying to grow from zero. So this template should be able to give you those pointers and give you the action plan that I badly needed, and hopefully this helps you. To start with, there is a table of content and you can navigate through the page by clicking the links. With this very first section of the template, this is where you set your goal. So in order to set your goal, what you need to tell the template is what is your current situation. So let's say you have currently 5 subscribers, and let's say you want to grow to 500, and let's put in a date, let's say 28th of March, or let's call it 4th of April. So what that'll do is give you the days remaining and the average growth rate, which is the average number of subscribers that you need to grow by per week. There are these information icons over here in case you need to understand what these columns represent. All right, so moving on to the next section. So this is where, very importantly, in order to have a growth strategy, first you need to make sure that your content is actually going to land. So there is a checklist here. First one is time test, which is simply saying that is it a valuable use of your time to consume this content, and you can test this based on your own self. The next one is action test. So after consuming this content, is there a particular action that the viewer or the reader can take based on this content? The next one is uniqueness test, which is to check whether your content is providing a unique angle that would be of interest to the people that is consuming this. The next one is the past you test. So as you have progressed yourself through your learning journey, is this something that you would have found useful a few steps before and would have consumed it? And the next one is there something that is really catchy and really interesting and valuable that is going to be motivating enough for the person that is consuming the content to take a screenshot of, and that means that they would be interested in sharing that information out with others. You can test your content against these checks, and if you have ticked off at least 4 out of these 5, then your content is in pretty good shape and you should be able to put it out there with confidence, and then we will move on to the growth strategies. So for growth strategy, I have put in quite a few that I have picked up as best practices from all my research, but obviously it's meant to be your strategy, so you can add in things that work for you. Now the next thing is about ideas and experimentation. So you can keep a running list of things that you want to try out, and after trying out you can take them off if you've already decided that you've experimented enough. So this is a place to hold all those thoughts in one place. And then there is a table here where you can track your progress. Again, there are information icons here to explain what these columns represent, but this is just obviously to see how you're tracking week by week against your goals. So that is pretty much it with this template. Like I said, it's free. If you want, you can look at a few of these other templates that is also on Notion, and also meant for beginners and people who are on this journey and starting from scratch. And lastly, you can get in touch with me on this email for any questions. So I hope you find this template useful, and I will see you in the next video.